Hi everyone, welcome today again to Cynthia's Culinary Corner. I want to tell everyone a big hello, especially happy, healthy Valley. So today what we're going to be making is something really neat because we're going to be celebrating Valentine's month in February. I wanted to do something different, not just one day, but I wanted to celebrate it this whole month and honor just everyone who has friends. So my theme is friendship, love, and family. It doesn't only mean a romantic love, but there's so much more out there that we can add and give to each other. So I wanted to make it fun. We're going to have different series on different items that are simple and easy to make. So we're going to start with French toast. But I want to ask you all a question. How many of you know where French toast comes from? I didn't. How many of you thought it came from France? I might have, but actually it doesn't. I found out that it comes from Rome, from the Roman Empire. It was developed in the 5th century AD. Now, why was it developed? Well, back then, food was a little scarce for a lot of people, for the common people. So what they would do is they would take bread and mix it with milk and a little bit of egg to get that meal in for the family. And that's kind of a good way to think about it. You know, they were pretty smart. You got your carbohydrates from the bread. You got a little bit of protein from the egg. You also have your milk. So all of that just goes really well together. So what we're gonna do is, I'm gonna talk about the ingredients that we're gonna be using. But first of all, there's different types of breads you can use. You can use French bread. You can use regular bread. I love to use croissants or a brioche bread. The only difference is when you use those other breads, other than regular bread, you have to put it in the oven, which is fine, but you want to soak it overnight. That'll be another show. So let's focus on what we're going to do today, okay? And let's get started. The ingredients we're going to be using are banana. So I have a secret from Cynthia's Culinary Corner. We are going to make banana French toast. And the beauty about this is we don't need banana bread. Most of the time, when you're going to do a banana French toast, you want to use banana bread. Now you can make it or you can buy it. But I'm going to give you a shortcut. Okay? We're going to be using the blender, or if you have the bullet, you can use that. So these are the ingredients we're going to use. Banana, cinnamon, vanilla, some bourbon. Now, if you don't want to use bourbon, you can use Grand Marnier, you can use whiskey, you can use any liqueur you like. But I like to use brandy just because it has a nice warm tone to it and it goes really well with the brown sugar and with the banana. It complements it very well. So, you want to get started? Let's not forget that I really like to use dark brown sugar instead of granulated sugar because it's moisture and it has more flavor and it just has that warm flavor to the palate that goes really well with anything. This kind of reminds me of banana foster dessert in a different way because we're using the bananas and the brown sugar, the vanilla, the cinnamon. All we need is the ice cream, and if you wanted to do that, you could. You could make French toast and add some vanilla ice cream on top. Okay, so why don't we come on over and get started, and I'm going to give you the recipe and we're going to have fun and then we're going to prepare it and plate it up for you. Let's get started. You see how simple that is? Super simple. 1, 2, 3. 1, the ingredients. 2, the bullet or a blender. 3, now we're gonna soak the bread, cook it, and make it rock and roll, right? One thing I didn't mention that I want to mention to you is, I forgot, milk. You can use the kind of milk you want, whether it's almond milk, whole milk, 2% milk. But you know what? I like to use heavy whipping cream, because how often are you going to make French toast? And this is something that can be just fun and decadent. So why not, if you can, get some heavy whipping cream. It just tastes good, and it's rich, and it's full body, and it's going to give it a wonderful flavor. But you have the choice to pick what you want. That's just a little tip that I do when I make French toast. So let's start. Okay, let's not forget that the French toast has that delicious banana and all these wonderful ingredients. So all we need to do is soak it. Before we soak it, you can use the oil that you like. I like to use a little bit of olive oil. You can also use your Pam spray. They have really good canola oil spray. They have olive oil spray. I just like to use a little bit of the oil because it's a little natural, and it's going to give it that little brown caramelized touch to the bread, which I like. You soak it in here, and it's nice and thick. You see, it's not runny. And here we go. So let me tell you the story about Valentine's Day. Legend says, story says, that there was 3 possible priests. The Catholic Church mentions 3 of them. Now, one of them is very interesting because all of them are interesting, but the 3 of them were martyred, which means for their faith and for their belief and love in God. They were persecuted by the Roman Empire. But the one that really stands out is one of them, Valentine, which was a priest and became later a saint. During that time, there was a lot of building up of wars and of armies and soldiers. So the emperor would take the young men to become soldiers and train them. Well, one of them, Claudius, I believe, didn't believe that it would be easier to train a soldier if they weren't married. But what happened was, of course, young love, as we know, happens. They fall in love. So Valentine, the priest, look how pretty this looks, would secretly marry the soldier and the love that they had. Therefore, they were getting married. So legend goes that that was something that he did and believed in love. And henceforth was martyred, beheaded. But out of that came Valentine's Day, which is a symbol of love. And that's the point, whether the legends are true or not, the stories are true or not. The point is love, and to share love and to give love, like I said, with your friends, your family, and if you do have a significant other, that's great. But it's not only a romantic love, it's just love in general. To love yourself and to give that love to others, right? So look at this. Isn't that nice? It was fun. It's decadent. It's simple. You can make it at home. You can share it with your family. Put a little bit of powdered sugar if you want. Dress it up with some bananas. And my favorite, what isn't my favorite, right? One of my favorites is maple syrup. I really like maple syrup. So you can just drizzle. Well, a little more won't hurt, right? And you can serve this with coffee, juice, or like I like, some champagne. So we have to end this series with Happy Valentine's Month to everyone. See you soon for the other series to come. And we have to end with a voila.